Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too.
Well, even though we may still have to wait around for the Avengers project, at least we have Ultimate Alliance 3 to save the day. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very interesting Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 The Black Order related video. So in case you missed it earlier today, Game Informer did fully go over what their next month of coverage is going to entail relating to their June cover of their magazine, and that of course relates to Ultimate Alliance 3. So just like with Spider-Man PS4, where we received an entire month of coverage from Game Informer all the way back in April of 2018, fully breaking down the game and what it will entail for players, the same thing is going to happen throughout this entire month of May. So given that MUA3 is a little over 2 months away, especially after all of the major Avengers hype that people are feeling after seeing Endgame, as well as all the recent Spider-Man hype relating to Far From Home, I do think that this is a major strategic piece of marketing from Marvel Games. And if you're someone who wants to remain consistently updated on everything regarding Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I highly recommend that you go and follow Game Informer over on Twitter and subscribe to their YouTube channel to see all of their recent updates. But if you're so inclined, I would also recommend to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will also be going over all the main updates regarding Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 all throughout May. But moving on to the main news, besides Game Informer showcasing a brand new coverage trailer of Ultimate Alliance 3 with some brand new gameplay footage and cutscenes relating to lots of characters like Miles Morales and Iron Man, we do get a reveal of some brand new characters that weren't announced previously. So if we look at the coverage trailer specifically, we do get a lot of awesome glimpses to the wider Marvel universe that will be in this game, mainly relating to Kamala Khan herself of Ms. Marvel, as well as Clint Barton as Hawkeye and one of Spider-Man's major villains of Electro. However, if you also manage to look at the recent Game Informer cover relating to Ultimate Alliance 3, we also get a very small look at one of the other major characters that will be featured in the main roster of the Wasp. And even though it's not officially confirmed, even though we do see the Wasp featured in this game, I do have a high inclination that possibly Ant-Man and or Giant Man will be featured in the game as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure which iterations of said characters are going to be featured in this roster, since the look of Wasp looks very similar to that of Janet Van Dyne instead of Hope Van Dyne, so there is a possibility that if Ant-Man is in the game, it could be that of Hank Pym or possibly Scott Lang, given his popularity in the MCU. Which brings me to my next point. Seeing how we're getting a lot more characters included within this game itself, it does appear that the overall cast of characters is going to be a big one at that. And given what we see here from this trailer, which was actually uploaded on the Japanese Nintendo YouTube channel, it showcases another few glimpses of the game in action relating to the overall characters and gameplay of MUA3. But relating to the most important aspect of it is that there will be apparently over 30 characters within the base roster of the starting game. Now, I'm not entirely sure if MUA3 will be included with DLC in the future months after its initial release in July, but still, if that is the case, definitely expect a lot more characters to be included within the potential DLC. But if that is the case, that we will be able to play as over 30 characters, that will officially make this the largest roster within the entirety of the Ultimate Alliance franchise. And knowing that we'll be able to play as both heroes and villains definitely makes for some very interesting teams to be forged within the primary game. So if you're beyond hyped to see all these characters be featured in one game, I have great news for you, because during the month of May, we will see more gameplay of Kamala Khan / Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye in action. But what I find the most interesting out of all these earlier Game Informer coverage articles is that there will be apparently a couple new game modes to be featured in the overall Ultimate Alliance franchise. Specifically, they do state that there will be a very in-depth character leveling and progression system, as well as to expect activities after completing the main game, and even more exciting is that there will be an expansive Infinity Trials game mode to be featured in the main game. And after hearing that, it makes me a little more relieved to hear that there will be even more stuff to do after completing the base game of Ultimate Alliance 3. The reason why I say that is because the problems with the last two games is that after you completed it, that was pretty much everything that you had to do, except if you want to try and further upgrade your main characters. So hopefully that these new game modes, endgame activities, and progression systems do make up for what the other games were lacking, in my opinion, and definitely make me feel more invested to keep playing the game. Plus, I sadly don't own a Nintendo Switch system myself, so fingers crossed that by the end of all this coverage, they will reveal their own personal version of the collector's edition and a Switch bundle to go along the game since it is an exclusive. And if you thought that was more than enough news relating to this game to be showcased today, never to fear, because tomorrow we will apparently be receiving some of the Game Informer's crew impressions on the gameplay overall. And as a little bonus for all of you Iron Man VR fans out there, they also stated that within this month's Game Informer, there will also be a small preview as to what Iron Man VR entails in terms of gameplay and its story. So with the major combo of receiving a plethora of info within the coming days relating to Ultimate Alliance 3 and some small new info relating to Iron Man VR, I can safely say that it is a wonderful time to be a Marvel Games fan. And I for one can't wait to see what's in store next. And with all that said, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. Given everything that we know about Ultimate Alliance 3, as well as what we will know in the coming days relating to the game itself, does any of this actually make you even more hyped for the game, if at all? As I've said previously, I am a little bit of an Ultimate Alliance fan because I have played the previous games, and this one does look a bit more interesting since the wider roster of characters is going to be pretty darn huge. Although my main worry is that they will still stay continuous to the main formula that has been put in the previous games and won't really revamp anything relating to the Ultimate Alliance franchise. But still, I am curious to see where this game takes us, and hopefully it will definitely surpass all of my current expectations. And until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, stay merry Marvelites, and peace out.
Join us all month long as we roll out exclusive features celebrating the past and future of Marvel games. Should only be one snap.
Shout out, Miller. We like snapping.